What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Drives Edition. Today I'm doing a quick sit down with my man Chuck. This is my ace Woon Coon, day one. I don't think nobody knows me better than this person. Like, we've been knowing each other how long?
Well, I still have baby teeth, so.
Baby teeth. Let's just say.
Long time.
Long time. Well over 30 plus years. So let's put it like that. And then the funny thing about it is, our history runs so deep because a little background on my man Chuck works on cars. We share both accounting knowledge. We have so much. And honestly, the reason why I got him out here, because my man Chuck is the person that keeps me in line behind the scenes. Like, y'all have no idea. Like, I go out there. Let's just say he wheels me back in, because like even now, and I got him on the channel so we could talk about some cars today. Everybody needs a Chuck. So my man is great at working on cars. And I say that because I like high-end luxury cars. Now, don't get me wrong. I do get most of the big maintenance and work done at a major dealership. But if you're trying to save some money, like a lot of the smaller jobs and so forth, my man Chuck here, I call him out. Like when I had the Benz, I had to come out and do the brakes.
Yeah.
So you got to look at this point. I bought the brakes myself, had my man throw them on, toss him a couple of dollars, and I saved myself some money. So it's like, and that's one thing I want to sit there and say too, man. If you got a loyal mechanic, and I ain't called nobody an alley mechanic, but if you got a mechanic that can do the work, don't try to strong arm them when you won't strong arm the dealership.
I agree.
Yeah, get them a fair cheat. I'm just like, because my thing is, like, don't take it the wrong way. So, and I ain't going to try to get into all these type of conversations. I got some real shit I want to get with you with, but.
Well, you got him coming up my coat now.
But I'm going to hit him with a question, because like the one thing that bothers me is when somebody goes in and say, for instance, you want a tune-up. And the tune-up job at the dealership's like $1,500, right? And then you want to come to my man and say, Joe, can you do it for $6? It's like, well, damn, where the other 9 go? And then you want to strong arm on the 6, try to wheel it down like 4. It's like, I feel like if you got a solid mechanic, because he's not an alley mechanic, he's a real legit mechanic. He's worked on Lamborghinis, he's worked on Mercedes, he's worked on Audi R8s. So his resume speaks for himself. But I'm just sitting there saying, you got to get you somebody like that. So that's why I don't have any problem tossing him the keys to my Benz, saying, hey, I need this done, because his resume speaks for itself. But at the same point in time, this is like my brother. But I'm not going to try to fuck over him. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all I'm trying to get people to understand. Don't screw over the people that's going to help you. Just keep that in mind as we get back into this video.
Well, with that being said, I love you too.
I'm on it, I just wanna be iconic. Sipping on a gin and tonic, got me going off when I'm on this topic, yeah. If I ever play, I want it, you know that I'm always honest. Stay away from those who are toxic, keep them out your face, no way, you don't want it, yeah.
So, all right, so like I said before, I'm here with my man Chuck. So one of the reasons I wanted to sit down with him, because I need you guys to understand, I have so many personalities when it comes to cars. I'm all over the place when it comes to cars. So we can have a legitimate conversation. So like I told you guys before, for those who watch my videos and follow the channel, Zeus is for sale. Now, it's not a must sell, but he is for sale. If the right price offer comes through, I may move him. I'm shopping them around at the same point in time because, as I told you guys before, I always try to stay in a position where if a good deal opportunity comes up, I want to be able to take advantage of it. And so because of that, I'm testing the market to see where Zeus is at. If I don't move him, I'm gonna keep modifying them probably for another 6 months to a year, and we're gonna play with that. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at more cars. So just to touch on a couple cars I've been looking at, so you can understand where I'm at, and it still say, if you ask me, I'm all over the place. I've looked at a Carrera S 911 somewhere between 2017 and 2019. I've looked at a Porsche Panamera Turbo. I've looked at a Bentley Continental GTC.
Yes.
2013, 2014, 2015, 2016.
Bentley Flying Spur.
I've looked at a Bentley Flying Spur. I've looked at
Porsche Panamera 4S.
The 4S, yes.
Yeah.
We looked at an Aston Martin
The
DB11.
Aston Martin DB11. The Aston Martin truck.
Yes, we looked at an Aston Martin truck.
What
I've looked
else?
at a Bentley Bentayga. I've looked at a
Bentayga.
I've
The
looked,
man is everywhere.
I'm everywhere, pretty much. Like I've looked at Bentayga. I've looked at a Range Rover. I've looked at what's the other truck I looked at? It don't even matter. My whole point. Oh, the BMW X5.
The BMW X5. The
X5M.
X5M.
The S5M.
The Audi R.
The RS
The
Q8.
The RS Q8.
So as you see, I'm all over the place. And ultimately, the reason why I had to sit down with my man is because
We'll even throw the Hyundai
oh my God.
Sonata in there. No, the Santa Cruz. What was it?
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe. Sorry. No disrespect to Conda.
No, but see, so that's a whole nother thing. I am gonna get a Santa Fe. I need another car to get around in, some low key. And I say low key, but I need some low key I can just rip around the streets in. So the Santa Fe took me by surprise. So I actually got a video coming with that since he dropped the bag on that. But
Oh, my bad.
no, it's good. So I actually got one for a rental car, and I was very impressed with it. So much that I'm actually gonna probably go out and order one. Technically, I've already ordered it, so I've ordered one, and it's just coming in. And like I say, it would be a beater, but only I guess I would say a 2023
Right.
Santa Fe. Hyundai Santa Fe is a beater, so that just lets you know where my mindset is at. But so that one is coming. But the reason why I sat down with you was because our conversations are interesting. I think we should share them.
Okay.
So-
I'm down
so-
with it. I'm down.
Let's go ahead and take a moment and hit that like button. Remember, hit the like button. Like buttons matter. It helps content like this get in circulation and get out to other car enthusiasts like yourself. So don't be afraid to hit the like button so this video can get in rotation. Also, subscribe to the channel. Join the ICNV Drive Edition community. We have content like this and other videos where we talk about issues or topics that are brought up by my community. All you have to do is reach out to me on one of these social media sites that you see scrolling at the bottom. And don't forget to share this video. Share this video to anyone that you think would be interested in the topic, because just like you, there are many people that will be interested too. But right now, let's get back into this video. Let me take a step back. What cars that I've looked at so far that you think actually fit me?
Well, you know you my brother. I love you. So at the end of the day, all the 4-door cars, wipe them off the list.
Why do you say wipe them off the list? Like that's what's funny to me. So go ahead.
All the SUVs, wipe them off the list. I remember this is how far we go back. You know, he had an Oldsmobile Tornado.
Oh wow, you went back.
2-door with, I think it was old, but it was a beautiful car at the time. Ever since then, the man been wanting to ride coupes. He was in the Air Force. I had a Pontiac Grand Prix at the time. He turned around. He buy a white Pontiac Grand Prix. Oh, this car's too big. Got too many doors on it. I'm on the Autobahn in Germany and just don't feel right. Ever since then, it's 2-door cars, 2-door car, 2-door car, 2-door car.
No, because don't forget we went through the Charger phase. I had a Charger.
But I think that was a phase because of power, or because honestly I took interest in it, and you didn't. That way, you took interest in it.
So honestly, I think what happened with me, and I just be real with you, was I really wanted a Chrysler 300C.
Right.
And I went in to get a 300C, and the truck pulled up with a Dodge Charger on it. Yeah. And it was the hot car, because at that point in time, we were just trying to see in the person.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it just because nobody had it. So it wasn't like I had a desire to own it.
So you just wanted it.
I wanted it because nobody had it.
Right. I remember.
So I
that.
got it, and I did I threw wheels on it, do what I do to the car, put music in it, and then it got stolen.
Yes. Mine did too.
Yeah, so got it back, and I guess I don't even know how to say that in a politically correct way, because it's just like it's like somebody touching you. So once they stole it, the desire to own it was gone. I never revived that car again. It became a beater at that point.
Okay.
So.
But then after that,
after the Charger, I went to the 7 Series.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
okay, I give you credit for that one. I give you credit for that one. I was.
Then for the 7 Series, I went to the Range Rover.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like big cars and SUVs is in my life.
But we were a lot younger then.
Well,
and then you got addicted to Corvette juice.
Then I got the XLR.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Basically,
the coupe, hardtop convertible.
Basically, a Cadillac with a Corvette with a Cadillac badge.
Yeah.
Suspension and everything. Corvette for the most part.
Then I went from that to the 6 Series BMW convertible.
Yes. Coupe.
So like I said, I fell into that convertible lifestyle then.
Right. And then after that, what?
Then after that, I unloaded everything and got the C7 Corvette.
Which is a
convertible C7 Corvette.
How many doors on the Corvette?
3. Two.
Okay.
Then I went from that to the S Coupe.
How many doors on the Coupe? That's Coupe.
2.
Oh, okay. But it didn't have a top, though. I mean,
I hated the car because the top didn't open. So, if the top would have opened, I might still have that car to this day.
That was a beautiful car.
So, it was a beautiful car. I'm not even going to lie to you. That thing was nasty. I still have flashbacks of it. Only now, because it's the winter months, and I would still take that out and drive it. So, that's where that comes in at. And I still like the luxury of it. And I think that's the whole... So I went from the S Coupe, which if you ever go back and watch those videos, I said the S Coupe was my bridge car to the C8 Corvette, which now I have. And I also, in between that, because I like the luxury of it, I think that's what drew me to the 3.0T on the Corvette. And I look at it more as a luxury, I'll say a roadster than I do like a sports car. All of the performances there, I'm not going to deny it. But at the same point in time, in my heart of hearts, and I think this is where our disbelief or our disagreement comes at, is I still feel like I'm a luxury car owner. So that's what always brings me back to the Bentley Flying Spur, or the Bentley Continental GT, or the Porsche Panamera. It's like I still miss, or I'm not gonna say miss, I still like the luxury aspect. But now I think I'm more into the luxury performance aspect. So when I look at the Bentley, I'm looking at you're talking about 550, 600 horsepower. I'm trying to get a Bentley Continental Speed.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm still looking for the performance in the aspect of it. And even when I look at the trucks, because like I said, I love my Range Rover. I'm not going to lie to you on that. That was just, but I feel like a lot of stuff for me is checking off milestones. So I won't really rest until I finally get a Huracan. Not saying a Huracan is the end-all, be-all, but it's what I'm chasing. So I feel like once I own one, I can check that box off. So it's like once you get to one level, then a whole bunch of other options open up. You're like, oh, I can do this. So you get there, and you're like, it's like it constantly grows. So it's like now that I hit the Range Rover, as much as I love that truck, I feel like going back to a Range Rover is a step backwards. Not saying I couldn't do it, but if I did it, it wouldn't be for a long stint. We talking about 18 months, or only because my wife wants it. So I would go back to it, but really it'd be like to get a her at some point.
Range Rover Sport?
Yeah, I can't do it. I never really had the love for the sport like that. So,
or I mean, if you like, but I know the luxury aspect isn't there per se. Jeep Trackhawk. It has the performance.
So here's the thing.
That thing squat get low.
Here's the thing. I did a video. I released it about, do I feel safe driving a C8 Chicago? at the end of the day, I feel like a Trackhawk is on a whole nother level. And I say that for the point that is the most common car stolen in Chicago is some form of a Dodge with an SRT badge. And I'm not afraid to own it, but my concern becomes I don't want to own nothing my wife really can't drive without me.
Right.
Like, I can be difficult and say, no, you can't drive it. But it's a whole different aspect when I say, no, you can't drive it because I'm concerned about your safety.
Okay, that's very logical.
You get what I'm trying to say? So, like,
logical.
that becomes the concern with that. But that's why I try to think about a BMW X5M. One of the reasons why I like it, because that thing has 600 horsepower, if y'all don't know, like 615, 618, somewhere up there. And the thing about it, too, is unless you know, you don't know.
They're so beautiful because I love BMWs. I love them so much. And you have to deal with the oil leaks. And the matter of fact, I have a 3 Series that I'm very passionate about. But it's like one of those spoiled children that constantly nags you. And you don't even give them attention and they still want it. And then you give them the attention and then they still want more. It's like a car that BMW has to do some improvements, and they still got to wait, especially with the M Series. I mean, if you get in the later model M Series,
I'm talking about 2020. I ain't going old.
Even with that being said, 2020 is like,
on, man.
Yeah, man, those motors be blowing up.
So you don't even trust the 2020, 2021 X5M?
All you could do is just look at the complaints and the videos of people just like, oh man, I just spun a bearing, my bearings are gone. You know, you're like, golly, car only got 20, 30,000 miles on it. But when I say aesthetically beautiful, performance beautiful, handling is beautiful, it's just the point that the reliability is not there. If you're going to spend some type of money like that, you might as well go and I would go with the R8 or the not the R8 the R was it the RS the RSQ8 was it? Yeah, something like that. That's a truck.
The RSQ8.
Something like at least it's a little bit more reliable.
The Audi RSQ8 is definitely an option. It's an option I've actually really explored. I've looked at, but I can just tell you truthfully, like I think my biggest concern is whatever I look to get now still to me is a bridge car. And when I say bridge car, I feel like somewhere between February of 2023 until say February of 2025. That's my timeline. That somewhere between there and then, depending on how things fall, I'm either going to be going to a Corvette C806. I'm going to be going into a Corvette C8 E-Ray. Or I'll be going into a Lamborghini Huracan. And I only say that because when I look at the price range, like I was showing you earlier, and you can check out my build on my Corvette C8 Z06. It's coming. I haven't released it yet, but the video's coming. Like I showed you earlier, my build is pushing 140 grand.
Right.
And that's the bare minimum of a car I would take.
That's the baseline.
Yeah. And then the car I really want, souped up and so forth, is pushing 158.
Yeah.
So when I start getting into that price range, I feel like I'm only a couple more grand from a Huracan.
The Huracan definitely could get a Gallardo.
Don't want the Gallardo.
Definitely get a Gallardo.
Don't want the Gallardo. I feel like before I went to a Gallardo, I would probably try to get, here's the thing too, like, I'm too picky. So I feel like I would go to a McLaren before I go to a Gallardo, which may not even be a good bet because I'm kind of scared when they break a lot and so forth.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I will be honest with you on this. I'm not crazy about the interior, which that's what takes them off the radar because I don't. Every car gonna break. That's how I look at it.
Facts. That's true.
Facts. So it's like if I can get a solid 18 months out of McLaren without it breaking down, I feel like it's a win. And 9 times out of 10, I probably will unload it after that anyway, just because of who I am. And it's not my final goal.
Right.
But if I can just get 18 months or whatever, and that's what I said, I'm looking for a bridge car. So when I say I'm looking for a bridge car, to me, it opens all the doors up to I can move the C8 or I can keep the C8. To me, keeping the C8 as the bridge car isn't the most cost-effective avenue.
Right. I would keep the C8.
You would keep the C8?
I would keep the C8. Look, technically, like I said, we brothers. We two different people.
Yes.
I wouldn't probably even be in the C8. I'm from, old school. Me personally, I would, like I said, in the words of the great Dolomite, why have 110 when you can have 5 twos?
So you said you wouldn't be in the C8?
I wouldn't be in the C8. I would probably be, like I said, I would